But what I found out is you're communicating late at night with others while I'm asleep via social media, becoming needier and needier, conversations more media, thinking you some sort of a celebrity now, obsessed with your followers, paparazzi who like you in the bright lights and media. Nah, forget it.
But I can't be the one to swoop you up and Superman you, Superman.
Stop! No, I had the most horrible experience while during Amazon.
My name is Nikki and I'm 19 years old.
Okay.
This past December, I got myself a Christmas temp job working at Amazon, helping with deliveries.
Right.
It gets pretty busy around that time for deliveries, obviously, because it's Christmas. Right away, I hated the guy I was helping with deliveries. His name was Frank. To describe him, he was a bit overweight, didn't shave well, and his hair was short.
Sus.
I didn't like him because he was very rude and seemed like he was in a bad mood all the time. And I would be in the van with him most of the time, making deliveries, and it was very awkward. I tried to make conversation with him, but like I said, he was very rude. And there was no point in trying after about 2 times. I thought about quitting, to be honest, or at least be with a different delivery driver, but I didn't want to cause any trouble. I was a temp after all and needed this job. I thought Frank was really rude and socially awkward and not a nice person to be around, but I never thought he would harm me in any way.
What?
One evening after finishing deliveries, we were driving back to the Amazon warehouse, or at least that's where I thought we were going. Frank passed the turn where we always go to the warehouse. As I said before, we didn't really speak, so I wasn't about to question him.
Hey, Frank. Hey, Frank. Right? What's I'm about 6 seconds, about yeeting outside the passenger's window. So, you gonna tell me what's really good? Like, what's going on? You gonna tell me what's up? Frank, what's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, you're not gonna say nothing? You're not? Alright. Frank. Deuces. Yanked! Dead ass, like, I don't know you like that, Frank. You've been acting ever since I got this job and ever since we started working together, you've been acting hella sus, hella weird, hella sus hoots on some puck shit. So you just been sending me red flags out the ass. So this right here, you driving past that spot that we turned in to go to work. Just that was the last one. That was the last straw. Got all that.
He would probably snap at me anyway. After he continued driving, the more obvious it was to me he was taking me to another place. And it wasn't the warehouse. I finally asked Frank where we were going. He didn't snap at me, surprisingly. He just said we needed to run and do a quick errand. I was looking around my surroundings, and I could see that we were around empty fields and abandoned farmhouses. At this point, it was getting dark outside. Frank then pulled up next to a tall, overgrown, and unkempt cornfield. He said to me in a very firm voice to stay exactly where I was. Don't move. Frank then got out of the car and started walking up into the dirt road, disappearing into the dark of night.
What the hell?
10 minutes went by. I sat in the van by myself in the dark and had no idea where I was. My phone was in the warehouse in the locker, as we weren't allowed to have our phones during work hours.
Why not?
So I couldn't even go on my phone or use it as a light source. I needed to pee and couldn't hold it any longer. So I got out of the van and headed into the cornfield to do my...
Hey, you know what's weird? You see how tall the corn is? Like the cornfield is? The cornfield is basically taller than her. I went to Kentucky for the first time a couple of days ago. And as I was, for anybody that doesn't know, Kentucky is like it is a southern state. when I was driving past, like when I was somewhere in Kentucky, so because it's a country state, it has a lot of open land. It has has a lot of open space for crops and stuff to grow, cornfields and shit. Bro, I drove past acres and acres of cornfields. I had never, that was my first time ever seeing cornfields in person. Like, I've always seen cornfields in TV shows, in videos, and movies, and like they would be like ridiculously tall corn, like so tall. But it's like I never really thought, I thought that was like fake until I actually drove past some cornfields. And it's like, the cornfield, I have a small car. Like physically, like on the outside it's small, but on the inside it's roomy as hell. So, as I was driving past, the cornfields were taller than my car. I'm like, oh shit! I spit everywhere. I was like, holy shit! You can bruh, you can get lost in this mother clucker, bruh. Like, you can easily cluck yourself up, and I would hate to run through some cornfields, especially like at night. Oh my God, like, that's some scary ass shit. Low key, I would love to run through some cornfields. I'm not even like on some cluck shit. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, that shit. I don't know if anybody has ever physically ran through some cornfields, but because it's so high and so much, I would love to do that. Low key. Obviously with my Adidas on though, but yeah.
Business. After doing so, I started to walk back towards the van. In the near distance of the cornfield, I could see flashlights. Two, in fact. I found that really odd, as the whole area seemed to be abandoned. As I got closer to the van, I could hear a sort of heated argument going on between Frank and another man whose voice I couldn't recognize. I couldn't see him either. I heard the other man say, "Where is she? You said she was in the van."
Hell no.
Frank then told the man that she was just in there, and she has to be around here somewhere. The other man said to Frank, "If we don't find her, you're a dead man." That's what those flashlights were. Those men were already out in the cornfield searching for me. I snuck off into the field, walking quickly but as quietly as I could, the whole time crying and thinking I was about to die. After walking far enough, eventually leaving the cornfield, I ran down the side of a long dirt road. I have no idea for how long, but eventually I came across an old diner which was still open, thank God. And the manager called the police for me. After this incident, I quit my job, but this wasn't the end of it. About 2 weeks after quitting my job, I got a call from my boss who employed me. He told me that I was the last one to see Frank, as no one has seen him since. Apparently there were rumors that he owed people money from gambling debts, the people you don't want to be in debt with. As much as I don't like to think about it, I'm pretty sure Frank's way of paying off his debts with those people was to hand me over to those men. And what those men had planned to do with me, I never wanted to imagine.
Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh, that's really disturbing. Oh my God. Oh. See, you gotta pick and choose your fights. Pick and choose your battles. You know what I mean? Pick and choose who you want to cluck over. Cause you cluck over me, just don't. It's not gonna end well for you. I promise you that. It's not. And best believe, you cluck me over, and I got like the top of the line, you know what I mean, brand smacking, new, not even hitting the shelf yet Adidas. Oh, it's raps. It's raps for you, so you might as well just like, don't even try running or hiding. Cause wow, that just came out. But yeah, don't try to do any of that. I'm gonna find you in less than 24 hours. I promise you that. So do not cluck me over. Don't even think about it. You do that, it's not. Yeah, well, it's not going to end well for you. Just saying. But that's kind of real. I don't think I've never worked for Amazon before. So anybody that has or does or just knows this information, what I'm about to say, does anybody know if Amazon does like background checks? Because obviously from this video they don't do no fucking background checks. I know Chipotle don't do no background checks, and that's really, really sus. But let me know if Amazon does or doesn't do any background checks, because if they don't, wow. But hell no. But yeah, let me know if any of you all has ever physically ran through some cornfields. Cause I would, yeah. That low key sounds fun, but high key sound clucked up. Gotta be honest with you, but keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.